You may now begin your presentation.
The world is desperate.
Autistic children are lonely.
Farmers are exhausted. People have prejudice.
Society is harsh. How can we light up the world? Light up the world for farmers. Project Ewha.
In Korea, it is hard for most of the farmers to make profit by farming due to their lack of business knowledge. Also, due to their recession of rural economy, farmers couldn't make consistent income and they are having financial problems.
Mr. and Mrs. Che are the victims of this problem. Over the last 20 years, Choi Sang-woo and his wife, Yoo-in-soo, devoted all their life to mushroom cultivation. However, because of their lacking actual business knowledge, they had difficulties in marketing and distribution. They always had difficulties, and they always had irregular income, and even that was not enough to sustain their livelihood.
To solve these problems, we in League2's team practiced the project with goals of branding and improving distribution channels. First, we created Donbai Mushroom logo with our farm's folk story and increased public awareness by making a catchphrase, 돈보다 귀한 버섯.
Second, to improve distribution channel, we made a partnership with Hello Nature, and the profit increased by 15%.
However, in spite of this profit growth, mushrooms in the domestic market are mostly occupied by large-scale farms. Mr. J's small farm had a limit of profitability in a certain degree.
Therefore, we, League2's team, established a new business, Sixth Industry. Sixth Industry is the combining structure of first, second, and third industries, which makes synergy effect to make higher profitability.
While the last year's activities were about first and second industry, this year we focused on third industry. It makes more added values to improve our farm's profitability.
To begin the third industry business, we introduced the Experience Farm. This Experience Farm provides various experiences with farm products. Here, many children can enjoy playing and learning in the real nature.
We developed the program of Experience Farm through benchmarking. We visited mid-workshop and redesigned the program so the children can easily apply the recipes.
In addition, we also created other content like making mushroom pots, picking mushrooms, and mushroom game. As a result, 2,035 people visited our farm and we made a profit of 15 million won.
We, in League2's team, established a new business and become more sustainable, Education Farm. Over the last 3 years, the demand for Education Farm has increased by 500% because it provides experiences relevant to school curriculums. In addition, as Education Farm has long-term curriculum, we can secure our constant consumers.
We made teaching plan based on over 100 textbooks of elementary and middle school. We differentiated our program by integrating with school education. For example, firstly, children can learn ecosystem by studying mushrooms in middle school curriculum.
Secondly, children can learn reproduction by observing how mushrooms reproduce.
Lastly, children can learn microorganisms as they observe mushroom fungus by microscope. Like this, we made 3-month education program by including the content of school curriculum.
We in League2's team wanted to construct systematic education farm program. Therefore, we showed our curriculum to Hwaseong City's government officials for getting Edu Farm certificate. Finally, we were selected as Agile Farm and earned 50 million won for infrastructure and consultations.
With financial support, we are now building many infrastructures. Currently, we have installed stairs, benches, and pond. All of these were designed for children.
Also, Mr. Che and his wife consistently can receive detailed business consulting in Technology Center.
And they are educated at TL Academy for constructing specialized content of Education Farm. They've also organized Education Farmers Cooperative and communicated continuously to improve the program.
As a result, Mr. and Mrs. Che could improve their business line and increase our farm's sustainability. Moreover, our profit has increased by 30%, and Mr. Che made 3 times higher by our visitors purchase.
홍보를 함에 있어서도 훨씬 수월한 그런 장점을 가지고 있기 때문에 도에서 5천만 원이라는 자금을 저희에게 지원을 해주고 저희도 농장을 적극적으로 홍보를 해줌으로써 일반차원을 갖는데 전적으로 도움을 많이 받았다고 생각합니다.
Mr. and Mrs. Che secure expertise and identity of Education Farm so they can have stable income. Consequently, they could improve their self-esteem and feel a sense of accomplishment.
Our project consists of 50 million won fundraise from Adiform certificate,
2,000 total customers,
10,000 hours of education and experience program,
41 million won of profit.
Light up the world for Autism. Project Kuninare.
Autism attack rate of Korea is 2.5 times that of Europe and US. On average, households with disabled children spend about 52% of their income for treating their children. However, the government support fund is too insufficient. According to each country's government support of average medical expenses, Sweden covers 100%, US 97%, and Korea covers only 12%. Therefore, all the autistic children's families in Korea are having trouble financially.
it is difficult for an autistic child to express in language and interact with others. Though verbal communication is difficult for them, they are visually well developed.
Therefore, art therapy is an adequate treatment because it makes possible for them to express their inner consciousness through nonverbal method. This is good for children's visual, awareness, and functional development.
We in Active Team made this business model by combining the economic difficulties of autistic children's parents and their needs for art therapy. First, professional art therapists from 한국통합미술치료학회 called KIATA provide treatment for free.
Second, the drawings from the treatment are retouched by designers and are born to design stationaries.
Third, starting with online sales, we'll carry out constant promotions by exhibitions. After that, we'll expand our sales by making offline stores.
Last, 10% of the margin is directly sent to autistic children, and the rest is used for letter art therapies and exhibitions.
We, in Active Team, created new social value by combining our partners' needs. KIATA hopes to offer research experience for art therapists. 한국유경학교 hopes to provide specialized therapy to children that the school cannot provide. Designers hope to promote ethical consumption by making valuable products.
We in Active Team grasped all of these different needs of partners, and finally we made Kuninare together. Through this business model, autistic children can save 240 million won in total.
We won a prize in 2013 Social Venture Competition and had it selected for 2014 Social Entrepreneur Fostering Project. We've also selected by our school's Startup Assistant Project. As a result, we are now proceeding with the project using this total fund 210 million won for seed money.
Now, we'll explain how the art therapy has been progressed. In March, we selected 10 autistic children in Hamguk separated 10 children into class A and B. 7 therapists from the class and 44 therapists held a year.
On April 2nd, 2014, we initiated our first art therapy. Here, this is our curriculum. The art therapy has 3 stages: early, middle, and closing stage. In the early stage, the autistic children build rapport with the art materials and their therapists. In this stage, the drawing becomes the medium of the communication.
In the middle stage, the children profoundly inspect themselves and their surroundings.
In the last stage, they come to communicate with their teammates, learning how to express themselves. We are currently in the early stage. Until now, we have conducted 13 art therapy sessions through various techniques such as replicating hands, drawing mandala, selecting color, collage, and pre-drawing.
Now, we'll explain the designing process. When we plan concepts for notebooks, we try not to damage our children's original pictures. Thus, we selected 3 concepts: perforating concept, picture diary concept, and pattern concept.
Lastly, we explain commercialization process. We are cooperating with a social enterprise, League2, which manufactures eco-friendly stationeries for socially disadvantaged people.
We add our designer's draft into League2's finished goods so that we can create Kurimnare's eco-friendly notes. These notebooks will hit the stores within the month.
Next year, we will exhibit children's drawings and launch second product. We plan to expand item categories continuously. We will try our best to provide art therapy to many children and improve the recognition of autistic children by selling products.
Children can communicate with the world and develop self-esteem by seeing their drawings pointing to products. Moreover, their families will get financial support and become more proud of their children who will play their roles in our society.
Our project consists of 4 partnerships,
10 children,
690 hours a year for treatment.
63 people pursuing the same social value.
240 million economic effort.
21 million fundraised.
The world is not desperate anymore.
Lonely to lively.
Exhausted to established.
Prejudice to prospect.
Hearth to hope.
We have more farmers be confident.
More children are to be cured.
More public attentions are to be paid.
More stories are spread to the world.
Light up the people, light up the world, light up the possibility.
We are Inactus!
지금부터 5분 동안 Q&A를 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 심사위원께서는 질문이 있으시면 앞에 나와 있는 팀원들에게 질문해 주시기 바랍니다.
네, 발표 잘 들었습니다. 그 두 프로젝트 다 굉장히 인상적으로 잘 봤어요. 그 한 가지만 간단하게 여쭤보고 싶은데, 그 이제 가장 큰 성과로 지금 그 여기 명기되어 있고 발표하신 내용이 그 에듀팜 같은 경우에는 5천만 원, 그리고 그 그린나래 같은 경우는 2천만 원. 어떻게 정책 자금일 수도 있고 프로포저를 해서 이제 사업을 유치 인증 받았다고 할 수도 있는데, 그 당초에 아마 그 그린나래든 아니면 이 농가이든 추진하고 계시던 사업 계획이 있었을 것 같기도 하고, 그 부분에서 저희 이넥터스 팀 넘버 3가 그 어떤 역할을 해주셨을 것 같기도, 두 부분이 좀 혼재되어 있을 것 같거든요. 구체적으로 팀 넘버 3가 어떤 역할을 하셨는지 이 부분에서 좀 더 설명해 주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 각각 두 부분에 대해서요.
감사합니다. 이현 프로젝트 매니저 김미성입니다. 일단 대상자께서는 기존에 유통을 하고 계셨습니다. 그런데 그 유통을 굉장히 비즈니스적 마인드가 부족하셨어요. 저희 대상자분께서. 그래서 사기도 굉장히 많이 당하셨고요. 그리고 유통 자체도 체계적으로 이루어지지 않고 그냥 지인들을 통해서만 이루어지는 게 전부였어요. 그래서 저희들은 이러한 상황에 참관을 해서 이제 작년에 유통을 체계적으로 하기 위해서 플랫폼을 구축했고요. 그리고 또 이제 이번 해 같은 경우는 이제 저희는 이제 유통을 하면서 어느 정도 한계를 느꼈어요. 그 버섯 농가 자체가 굉장히 대규모 농가가 장악하고 있기 때문에 비록 저희의 수익은 이제 향상을 하고 있지만 그 성장률에 있어서는 좀 더디는 측면이 있었거든요. 그래서 저희들이 제시를 해드렸어요. 교육농장이라는 새로운 부가가치를 창출해낼 수 있는 아이템이 있다는 것을 제시를 해드렸는데 막상 미팅을 해보니까 이제 대상자분들께서도 교육농장에 대해서 관심은 갖고 계셨는데 차마 선뜻 할 수가 없었던 거예요. 그래서 거기 그 측면에 있어서 저희들이 이제 사업을 추진하는 데 많은 도움을 드렸습니다.
프로젝트 제안서를 같이 쓰셨나요?
네, 제안서를 다 같이 썼습니다.
감사합니다. 그린라인 프로젝트 매니저 김수현입니다. 저희가 2014 사회적 기업가 육성 사업이 된 것은 2013 소셜벤처 경연대회를 통해서 그린라인 비즈니스 모델에 대한 실현 가능성 검증을 받았습니다. 거기에도 수상을 하면서 사회적 기업가 육성 사업의 우선 선발 진출권을 따내게 되었고요. 그래서 사업 계획서를 저희가 전부 다 작성을 한 후에 그 육성 사업에 선정이 되었습니다.
네, 발표 잘 들었습니다. 그린나래 프로젝트에 대해서 좀 여쭤볼 게 있는데요. 그 파트너들이 결국엔 자폐아동 말고 미술 치료사 그리고 디자이너분 이렇게 계신 것 같은데 이분들한테 이 프로젝트를 함으로써 얻는 게 뭐죠?
저희 미술 치료사분들 같은 경우에는 이 실습 시간이 굉장히 중요하세요. 그 자격증을 받기 위해서는 막 1000시간, 2000시간 이런 식으로 실습 시간이 많이 필요한데 저희 아이분들을 치료하심으로써 저희는 실습 시간을 드리게 되고요. 디자이너분 같은 경우에는 자신의 커리어를 쌓는 데 있어서 이런 자신의 디자인을 실제로 출시해보고 소비자의 반응을 얻는 것이 굉장히 중요한 과정이라고 할 수 있습니다.
그럼 이게 지속성이 있어야지 프로젝트가 좀 효과가 나거든요. 근데 지속성을 확보하는 데 있어서 디자이너분 같은 경우에는 수익성이 없다라는 가정하에 어떻게 지속성을 확보하실 계획이신지.
현재 저희가 결합하고 계신 디자이너는 재능기부의 형태로 되어 있고요. 지금 1기 미술 치료 아이들의 제품 출시까지 약속이 되어 있습니다. 그 후 차기 디자이너는 학회에 소속되어 계신 미술 치료를 공부하고 계시는 디자이너분이 될 것입니다. 그래서 그 분들 같은 경우에는 역시나 이런 윤리적 소비나 자신의 디자인을 출시해보는 경험 그런 것과 그리고 학회에서 계속 이 사업을 이끌어갈 것이기 때문에 그런 부분에서 니즈가 있다고 생각할 수 있습니다.
잘 들었습니다. 그럼 각 프로젝트에 대해서 지금 여기 써져 있는 거 이외에 환경적인 요소를 좀 더 구체적으로 다른 부분이 있다면 설명해 주실 수 있으신지요?
저희 인형팀 같은 경우는 친환경으로 지금 제재가 되고 있어요. 버섯은 기존에 굉장히 공장식으로 생산이 되어 있고 그래서 그 배지 자체가 굉장히 중금속이 많이 노출되어 있는 편인데 소비자들이 그걸 모르는다는 사실이 되게 안타깝거든요. 그래서 저희는 이제 노지 재배를 통해 공장식 생산이 아닌 노지 재배를 통해서 친환경 먹거리를 소비자들에게 제공을 하고 있습니다.
Q&A 시간이 모두 종료되었습니다. 심사위원분들은 준비를 열심히 해준 친구들에게 뜨거운 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.